What's up, everybody? Jack Farr here on behalf of Box to Box Football. I'm here with James, and I'm refreshing my Twitter feed, and I'm seeing stuff about Upamecano trending on Twitter, and I'm thinking that can only mean one thing. Probably this is going to be the biggest get of the summer. James, I don't know if you can maybe agree. I mean, obviously we know Messi might be moving clubs, but I mean, apart from that, this is probably the best get of the summer. His release clause at RB Leipzig is £37 million, 42.5 million euros. And according to, I'm just scrolling down the list here, Fabrizio Romano, Christian Falk, Marcus Christensen, and even from, and wait for me to just butcher this pronunciation here. I got it right here. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, ready? Here's my best effort. And from the sporting director at Bayern Munich, Hassan Salihamidzic, he has said, I can confirm we're very happy about that at Bayern. We had very good, intensive and professional discussion with Dayot and his agent, Volker Struth, for several months. So James, to me, I don't know about you, but I'm seeing lots of names I trust, lots of names I have a lot of faith in and belief in, and even the sporting director of Bayern saying that they have Dayot Upamecano. What's your reaction to this? We've seen stuff with Chelsea, Manchester United, Liverpool, I know were mentioned, Arsenal even. What's your reaction to him probably going to Bayern?
It's credit to Bayern, and the one thing I love about that football club is that they always move fast and think fast. They don't wait till the summer how most teams are gonna wait. They want to get it done then and now. I feel the biggest thing with this deal is that it looks like Bayern Munich are going to lose David Alaba. It's almost certain that he's signed for Real
Right.
Madrid, or I'm seeing Chelsea being in the mix, so he's already out the window. Boateng looks like he's on his last legs at Bayern Munich, and they need a new defender. Upamecano, I think if you watch a few of his games, he's a really imposing defender. Loves a 1-to-1, gets physical with you. He's great in the air. He's strong. If you want to get in a foot race with him, he can go. He has a bit of everything. He can also bring the ball out. That's something that Bayern do very very well, and that's something that he will help them with. Overall, it's a great signing, but again, it's Bayern Munich always thinking fast and moving quickly, and it's now looking at a new generation for Bayern Munich, and who's the other center back that usually plays.
Sula,
Yes,
Niklas Sula.
Sula. So
Yeah,
it's gonna be him and Sula as the two center backs. And again, Sula hasn't convinced me yet, but he hasn't done anything to lose my trust.
right, right.
So you have him and Upamecano. Upamecano still has a lot to learn. That's probably gonna be the hardest thing about it. You have two center backs who ain't proven, but if they do develop at the rate they're going at, this could be a great partnership for years to come.
And I think the conversation always kind of moves towards how it affects Champions League. Because let's be honest, Bayern's, the Bundesliga is Bayern's more often than not every single year. So it's how it looks going forward into the Champions League. And I think, really this sets them up very, very nicely going forward. I mean, this is probably the best or the biggest defensive signing I think we've seen since Matis de Ligt decided to move from Ajax to Juventus. My question for you, James,
Ruben
obviously
Diaz.
Ruben Diaz, that was huge as well. But I don't know if Ruben Diaz had the same hype level as De Ligt or Upamecano. But my question to you, which team should have tried harder? Which team messed up here? Out of all those teams I mentioned, and there were a lot of them trying to sign Upamecano, who messed up not getting him here? Who should have really pushed for him?
Jack, if I'm being honest, I think every team really. Chelsea,
Yeah.
do you know what? Probably the biggest one is probably Chelsea. If I'm being honest and I'm looking at the way they're set up. So they have Andreas Christensen, who is, let's be honest, he isn't up to standard. You have
Right.
Rudiger, who the fans have lost that connection with, who's not at the level that they believe in. Thiago Silva, who he's a great signing for Chelsea, but he's not going to be there for the rest of his career. He probably has another
Right.
year at the top. And Kurt Zuma, who's in and out. They have four centre backs who are not really established as their number one guy. It's going to be there for the next 4 or 5 years to come. I feel the most important one was Chelsea. They've been built on a centre back like John Terry. That's been their base for so many years, and them not having that top centre back for a long time. I think Chelsea
Another
missed out.
position. another Frenchman as well. You know, like I think there was this whole thing about when Thiago Silva came in, there was this whole thing about Edouard Mendy, goalkeeper, French, right? Kurt Zuma, French, and then Thiago Silva. I know he's Brazilian, but he spent how many years in PSG speaking French? So there was this kind of N'Golo Conte there, Olivier Giroud there. There was this real French contingent, and maybe he would have been perfect.
Just you know what it is? It's just Chelsea trying to copy Arsenal. You know, when Arsene Wenger had all the French players. You know, I'm just saying, but
try to get coaches in, players, everybody. So just quickly from me, like any player who plays in the Bundesliga who is excellent and then moves to Bayern, I think it's crazy boring. I really do. I think it's safe and it's boring. But you know what? If I'm Dayot Upamecano, I'm his advisor, his agent, his friend. You know what I'm telling him to do? I'm telling him to go to Bayern Munich. It's the right thing to do. I'd love to see him play in the Premier League. He's still relatively young. I'd like to see him maybe get a move to the Premier League at some point so we can see his talents. But I think it's a great move for him. Fantastic value. And RB Leipzig have some excellent centre-backs to fill his shoes. So not too worried about them. James, do you have anything else you want to say in reaction to this big news?
Just Bayern Munich just showing their power over the whole of the Bundesliga. The best players become available from any team there. They're going to clamp down on them. You've seen that happen when they took Hummels away from Borussia Dortmund. They took Lewandowski. They took Mario Götze. So many amazing players you've seen from top Bundesliga teams. Serge Gnabry at the time. You know, when a player becomes available and Bayern really want it, they usually get it. They flex their muscles, and that's what top teams do.
My next final piece, and I thought about this before we started recording. Robin Lewandowski is kind of getting to a point now where he's, reaching the twilight of his career. He's still operating at an incredibly high level. But I'm just thinking, Robert Lewandowski leaving Bayern might come into a time where Erling Braut Haaland might become available for Bayern Munich.
They can't get everyone, Jack. Come on.
We can't rule it out. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this deal. Obviously, it's come quite, it's nothing confirmed yet, but it's come from some seriously reputable sources who I think, I know James probably agrees with me, very reputable people who we trust and we respect. Let us know what you think about the Upamecano to Bayern supposed deal. Has your club, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Manchester United, should they have pushed harder for this deal? Let us know what you think in the comments. Please hit that subscribe button too. We're very, very close to 200, trying to hit 250, 1,000, onwards and upwards from there. James, you got anything else you want to hit on?
Subscribe, guys, and we'll see you next time.